So today we're basically going to be analyzing a tournament match that we played a few days ago. We did lose this tournament. I'm going to be reviewing the third map on Hardpoint, which I believe was the closest map. And of course I did really good. I played good throughout the tournament. Basically just to teach you guys what you can do in a Hardpoint, and how competitive like a final looks like in a tournament. And how small mistakes could cost you a map. I mean, a lot of people are like asking me why I changed my name. It's copyright, man, and I can't use the name Nintendo. And then my name is basically the first two letters of my first and last name. Those are just some questions I've been getting, and a lot of you have been saying grind the leaderboard. I can't, boys. Like I gotta focus on the competitive scene. I can't grind anymore. I gotta focus. And anyways, it's the match. So there's no comms in here, but we are definitely speaking. So basically, I was just designated to watch the back alley push. When you're on this side of the map, you always want to throw a nade there to delay the push. As you see, two guys already pushed out there. That nade basically gives you time to set up on a head glitch. It's basically the best hit to deny any push like that. And dealt with the push real easily. Everything is going really well. My job here basically is to make sure that we keep these spawns here. I do make a critical mistake and go back here to check statue, and that would end up basically costing us the spawns. I see, four guys of our teammates just got taken out, so I got to try and help on the point and take some of them off, and that proves to be a mistake here. And we eventually do lose those spawns, and see, we don't have the spawns anymore because my play right there. But it can happen. It comes. They tell you to help, and you don't really you gotta basically listen to what's in best for the team. So we do basically recover here, and we do regain the spawns here. Just trying to pick off people off here so they don't, basically swarm this area. You want to pick off these people one-on-one so they can basically do a coordinated push. That's what I'm trying to do there. And, still don't have the spawns. Basically, it all comes down to winning gunfights for Hardpoint. See here, I went through boxes just because I think it's a better option than going through that near statue. Just trying to pick off people. You obviously want to play your life, which I'm doing here. You don't want to just die and respawn and have to walk another mile. There's no point of that. You'd be more useful trying to play on the point here. And I definitely failed trying to get up here. There was a guy here playing for scrap time. I tried to take him out. Just might as well just attempt to remove some seconds. And the next point's updating, and we don't have the spawns again. It's just so unlucky how it's so important to play for spawns to make sure you have the advantage here. As you see, like they already have the advantage here, and they took the first point here. I'm doing everything I can to clear out these people. I think I get like 2 or 3 here. I think I go down somewhere here. But yeah, I'm trying to basically try and do what I can to flip the spawns back. We kind of do get some spawns here because there is a lot of the enemy basically cleared out here. And we do end up clearing the hardpoint here. I end up clearing the hardpoint. And we basically have to try and hold here. We don't hold it for very long. Another mistake I made here is it's 20 seconds. It's a lot of time. You have to at least contest with like one person. If you're at least near that point with at least 25 seconds, that's worth playing for in my opinion. You gotta at least have one person there. Because it's usually at 25 seconds, the enemy team is going to be rotating, and there's only going to be one guy at the point, and that's what mistake we did. I got folded there. Sorry. Sometimes you get unlucky, and you get folded like that. It happens. But you see how you don't have spawns again. It's just three hard points in a row where we're basically trying to retake, and we're giving the enemy team the advantage. You just don't want to do that. It's just you want to set up for a hardpoint completely and hold that, and we didn't do that here. We basically gave the enemy 3 hardpoints to set up with, and that cost us valuable time because it's already 27 seconds. It's already time to rotate. And at this time they're already setting up for new ones. So this is like my first time I'm reviewing this video here, but I would bet that they would basically have this hardpoint established the next one. Because playing for 10 seconds with 2 people on the point right here is also a mistake. That's why I rotate out. But Little B does get taken down here, so it's worth playing for these to kill this guy, so he doesn't be a problem in the future. As you can see, they're already set up for new, and they basically wiped out our team here. And that's just another problem. So 4 hard points in a row, we don't get the spawn. Like we didn't set up for 4 hard points. You know, that's basically at that point, like it's a miracle that you're gonna catch up. As you can see by the score differential, you know, it's a big deal who starts in the hard point first or not. And what's unlucky about that is when you prone, sometimes it unscopes your gun, and that's just the problem, you know, for me that I have in the game. I don't know if anyone else has that, but for me, it happens to me quite often. I just couldn't quite land the spray transfer there. As you see, we don't have the spawns again, you know, so it's already 18 seconds and we're spawning blue, and then the next spawn is in factories here, and they're just completely outplaying us here. Not in gun skill, but in rotations. Our rotations here were terrible. We basically let them have the hard point. Basically, I think every time we let them have the hard point, and we were playing retake. Here we do end up getting a hard point, and we did retake some. But you know, it's tough, you know, they're swarming around everywhere. Here, I'm just trying to play my life here, because I know that if I die, it's only me and Ghazi on the point here. Because we're waiting for help. Because you see the 3 guys in blue, and we're just trying to hold out as long as possible. That's what I'm trying to do right now. He calls out there's one guy, you know, low here, so I get him. And I get this guy too. But you know, it's not enough, because you know, they already arrived here, the reinforcements. So all I can do is get 2 and hope my team can, you know, challenge them and take them out. But the problem is here, it's already time to rotate, you know, so we got beat in rotations again. So now it's just a brawl here to get this point, and it's what, like five points already that we didn't set up, and it's like one critical decision, you know. Like my tip, you know, you would rather set up for a point completely than play for, you know, 20 seconds, or like 30 seconds. You know, you want to completely set up for a hard point, and not really play for scrap time. That's just what I'm pointing. That's what I'm, you know, think. You know, as you can see, you know, the new point, you know, they already have it, what, like 6 times in a row? You know, we're just being outplayed completely by rotations. Not necessarily by gunfights, but by rotations. And that's what's more important in a game like Hardpoint, especially in a competitive map. We do get the hardpoint for a little bit. You know, we're just trying to hold out here. Well, I'm trying to hold out. Trying to do what I can, and I do get taken out here. But this match was really frustrating for me. I know, like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, when it really hurts when you try and do what you can and you lose. But that's just the way of the game. You know, you try your best, and sometimes it can't go your way. You know. But yeah, you know, at this point we just realized we have to set up for a new hardpoint. Eventually, but they basically had, you know, players already in here because they knew that we were desperate for another hardpoint. Basically set up for a new hardpoint. But this one, I believe we held pretty good for most of the hill time. And that's what's important here. I do get a nice kill right here on the last bullet on Vague. But yeah, you know, on hardpoint, if you're, you know, playing the championship, you always want to, you know, you want to beat the enemy team in rotations. Winning your gunfights is also a huge factor. The rotations is mostly the most important. You know, it's like a 60-40. Rotations is 60% of the skill, and winning your gunfights is the other 40. Because you can't win a respawn without winning your gunfights. But rotations and setting up, you don't really need the best gun skill if you're, you know, sitting on head glitches. But that's just my theory. You know, get nice kills, but you know, you're still losing the point. You know, and at this point, you know, we're down basically by an entire hard point, and you gotta basically like believe that you can. I think at this point in the comms, we're like, all right, we gotta focus up here. We know we gotta try and hold at least one hard point here. And I don't think it happened, but it's all good. Like the nice little kills right here. Just some exit kills, just to help, you know, grab that one. But you see, in this match, I don't think we ever started off a hard point in our favor. You know, we always were playing retake, and that was the massive problem in this match here that we lost. But yeah, you know, yeah, I'm just trying to think. This type of hard point, you know, it's best to go through broken here, because there's usually guys camping right here in this corner right here where I am, and they just slide peek you through gully. You want to go through broken and kill that guy, basically, you know. Yeah, at this point, you know, we're trying to contest the point as much as we can, just so they don't get most of the hill time, because they can win up this, and you know, we do end up getting it, and the call was to go for next. And I do believe we hold this hard point. I think this was the first hard point we held completely. Like at the end, we started doing good. You know, we came together at the end. You know, it took 3 maps to start, you know, getting the correct rhythm. And for this position, for this hardpoint, you only need one guy watching here. This is probably the best position, the safest and best position to play. I sometimes play. I usually watch gas or this position here. But I see that our team already spawned there, so there's no point. And you know, they're obviously gonna be coming from bottom grandma. It's just simple game sense here. I see the hard point's contested. You know, you never want to jump on top. You always want to go around here because they won't expect you here. And this guy didn't expect it, so it's a free kill right there. And you'll take that any day. It's always, you know, taking kills for free any day that you don't have to work for. And here you're just trying to delay these players here, and the problem here, we didn't rotate early enough. You know, it's already 20 seconds, and you know, our players, you know, we call a late, like we call rotating, but it's already too late, you know, because they're already set up. And yeah, you know, set up mid street on the hate glitches. It's really tough to kill. You know, we try to break it. We do break it for a little bit. You know, we get a couple kills here. But this nade right here also delays me. We get like 3 or 4 kills, and you know, we just lose our gunfights from the respawn, because they respawn here basically, and we lose. You see 4 trades here, but we don't get the refrags here. Like I didn't get the next kill right here was really critical that I didn't get, and that's what basically cost us the match right there. That kill. If I got that kill, you know, could have got more contesting time. But you know, it happens in these matches. You know, you can't win them all. You know, I'm just here just trying to contest, and you know, just get taken out. And you can't win them all. You know, it happens. I can't win every tournament. But yet the good news is, you know, you learn from your mistakes. But anyways, guys, you know, if you join this type of video, I don't really know if I give the best analysis here this time around, but if you join this video, you know, make sure to leave a comment and like, and of course, you know, subscribe. Your support is really means a lot to me. But anyways, guys, peace and good luck.